Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead. So, bad Chris today. Not because I spent money, but I had forgotten to take dinner out of the freezer. So, everything's starting with frozen today, and it's going to take a little bit longer to cook, but that's okay. I have some Alaskan pollock that someone had given me, gosh, probably a year ago or so. And it looks funny because it's frozen. So I am going to take, this is going to be a super easy meal, but I think it'll be good. I'm making the whole package up because Tom does have to work tomorrow. So, you know, I am going to take what I had left in this bottle, and I'm going to use that to cover the fish. Now we're going to let it sit there for a few minutes and kind of marinate in it. And maybe it'll help thaw it out too. Oops. I better, when I'm thinking about it, go over and take out tomorrow's meat as well, because, well, I didn't take that out for tomorrow either yet. I didn't feel very good this morning, and so my brain just wasn't functioning. So my oven's preheated now to 425, and remember those potatoes. Well, they're froze. Even after the long car ride home. But I'm going to use 2 bags of those because obviously Tom needs lunch tomorrow too. So I told Jack, I said, do you think that's enough for all of it? And he goes, no. So I'm going to use 2 bags. And you know what? If there's leftovers, that's not a big deal. Oops, I made a mess, so I'm a horrible cook. But anyway... I'm going to use 2 of those bags as well. I'm trying to think about if I want to put any panko on top of my fish or if I just want to leave it the way it is. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So, I'm going to... It's froze. See, even I screw up all the time. I am going to put some salt and pepper on it while it's thawing out. It'll work out, you guys. It'll be fine. At least I hope so. Alright, so I'm going to let that cook a little bit, and then I'm going to let this keep soaking for a minute. Now, I read on the directions, the recipe that I pulled up, it actually was what I was going to do anyway, but it said 400. On the bag of fish, it said 425. So I'm doing 425. They probably know their fish better than anybody else. I didn't know, though, that your fish has to get to 145 degrees to be good. Did you guys know that? I didn't. I don't cook fish that often, so I'm going to let this continue to marinate. I'll move it around a little bit so it gets all of it covered up, because some of it is not. I doubt there'll be leftovers, to be honest, because Tom and Jack are big fish fans. They both love fish. In fact, I will definitely have to pack up Tom's lunch so that they don't eat it all up tonight before I get his lunch packed. I guess if they do, then we can make something else. But anyway, so I'm going to get that to cooking. And I'm going to go in the freezer and take tomorrow night's stuff out because, you know what, I don't want to forget that again. Alright, I'll be back in a few minutes. So now my potatoes are thawed out and they're cooking. I took out tomorrow's meat, which is a good idea too, for dinner. And hopefully I can fit all these in here, in this pan. They look pretty with that Italian dressing on there. I don't think it's all going to fit. Maybe if we scrunch it in there a little bit. And probably not. Yeah, it's not going to work. One second, let me get a small pan. Well, sometimes your eyes are bigger than what everything else is. So I'm going to take a couple of these that were sprinched in there pretty good and put them in here. So then we're going to take that Italian dressing and just pour it right over it. Make sure you grab your, make sure that you grease the bottom of your pan, because you don't want your fish to stick to it. That's for sure. Make sure it's all covered up. And I called Courtney, well, I called Tom, and Courtney's in the same car, obviously. And I said, I had an idea, but I wasn't thinking for sure. And so she's not a fish fan, but she thought it would be a good idea. So what I'm going to do is take some plain panko. I don't want it to be like dipped in panko, because I don't want it like that. But I thought I'd take some plain panko and some Italian seasoning. Just going to kind of make it my own thing, you know what I mean? And mix that together. Kind of make it like an Italian panko. And I just want to go over the top. Now, if you're just going to pour that juice over the top, you know, it probably wouldn't do any good, but I'm going to put the juice so that you can kind of like put it off to the side and dip it in there if you want to. You can do whatever you want, you know what I mean? Your kitchen, you do you. But I just thought that'd add just a little bit of crisp to it. I was actually thinking about putting some cheese on it too, but I'll see how it looks. So I've got my oven at 425, and we're going to put both of those in there. And it says 18 to 20 minutes. So we're going to set my timer for 18 minutes. And then I can check it. And now that I know the temperature, that's going to make it even easier to check it. And my potatoes are starting to get a little brown, which is great. Who says you can't throw a meal together after you've left it frozen all day by accident? I can't believe I did that, because I was thinking at 12:30 this morning when I got up, I was thinking, don't forget to take the fish out. Don't forget. Because there was 2 meals I was debating on. And I went back to sleep, woke up, waited an hour or so for the ad to come up for what they had down there today. And then I'm like, Jack, you still want to go? He's like, yeah. So we went down there, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Halfway through the trip, I said, I forgot to take the fish out. He goes, oops. So it might take more than 18 minutes, but we'll see. But I think it's going to turn out beautiful anyways. And I want to thank you guys again for following along with me and, you know, letting me know when I've got good deals and stuff like that. And I'm actually thinking about what I'm going to do with everything. And it's exciting to know that I can either put it in my freezer, on my shelf, you know, my pantry, whatever it happens to be. And I know that I have food for a very long time. And I love to know that I'm prepped up. Not because I'm a end of dayers or anything like that. But it's nice to know you have those things for when you need them. And someone actually suggested that that turkey would be good interchangeable with, instead of canned chicken. She said it'll come out to taste just about that. So that, I got my mind going here. I canned some turkey a while back that had, I put gravy in it, and it turned out amazing. We had it one year for Thanksgiving. And Tom's like, I think you only have 1 quart down there left. So that might just get canned. Who knows? I'll be back. Alright, so everything is done. And I opened up a can of my own home canned carrots, and we'll put that on the side. Then I decided, this didn't get very crispy, but it's alright. It'll add flavoring. But I did decide I wanted to do something. And I'm going to Put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top of each piece. So these should be super, super flavorful. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up all the plates, and then I'll come back and show you what I did. Alright, so I made up Tom's lunch. I almost didn't push play again. So this is Tom's dinner. I think that looks pretty delicious. You got Jack's and mine. So why don't we take just a small bite of that fish? I can cheat and take a little bite and see what we think. Now that's how to make fish. I'll take a bite of potatoes. Now that, my friends, is a dinner for kings. So Tom is actually stopping by Little Dusty's. Then he'll be home, and we'll get his taste test, and then we'll meet you at the table. Well, hi, Tom. How are you?
Just dandy.
You got fish.
Uh-huh.
Italian fish. Well,
that's really good. Really good.
And of course you like the potatoes.
Hmm?
And of course you like the potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
My home canned carrots.
Mm-hmm.
The fish is good.
Okay.
And the cake.
I get to eat my cake and eat
Belle
my cake and eat it too.
Yeah, Belle smells fish.
I'm sure she does.
Of course you're going to spoil her.
Would you like a taste? Hmm? Here you go. Well, ate my finger.
How is everything, Jack?
Everything's really good.
Awesome. So we're going to let these hungry boys eat. You guys have a blessed night. Be a blessing, and goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
Bye, Jack.
Bye.
You guys have a great night.